Hi, everyone. I'm super excited to let you know that we are at 75% of our goal for contributions to complete the film I Married the War. So thank you for everything you've done. Right now, I'd like to introduce you to Norma Jaeger. She's our executive producer, but she's so much more than that. She's been managing addiction and mental health programs for over 30 years. At one point, she was statewide coordinator for the drug and mental health courts in the state of Idaho. And in that capacity, she was able to set up 6 veterans courts. Currently, she's serving as executive director of Recovery Idaho. That's a statewide recovery community organization. If that's not enough, she's also getting her PhD right now in public policy and administration. So listen into her story about what motivates her in this work. She's at the point in her story where she's putting together an organization in Boise to bring all of the resources working with veterans, especially those engaged in the justice system, together. That's when she became captivated by the stories of veterans and their wives. So have a listen, and I'll see you after.
I really became um, captivated by the stories of veterans. In that work, really began to hear stories not only about veterans, but about their families and about the experiences of families when veterans come home, and how the caregiving that goes on is largely unrecognized, how the issues that families and particularly wives face were largely untold stories. And so when we began to work on creating, laying the groundwork, and then, Betty and Ken doing the work on filming women and their stories, it just became more and more clear all the time how large a part of our history these stories are, and the importance of these stories, and the importance of bringing, kind of shining a light on the experiences that families and wives in particular face when their spouses return home, or spouses when their loved one returns home, because it's not always men who are the veterans who are returning from combat. I just feel like this film and the stories that are going to come as a result of the film will resonate so much with so many people. So often these stories are not only untold, but the reality is not shared with other people because it's so personal, because it's so intimate, and because it's so difficult for feeling like someone else can understand and not judge. And so I'm excited to see this film finally reaching the point of completion. And of course, now we're in the midst of COVID and trying to figure out how to get the film in front of people and to let audiences experience the film. Well, I think, one of the final things that I would say is that um, it is our history, and we should bear witness to that history in the ways that are available to us to do. And this film really, in all the other things that it represents an opportunity to bear witness to the reality of the lives of our friends, our neighbors, our families, for that matter, in telling people about the work to complete the film and to now to begin to show the film to people. It's always amazing how many people will say, well, that's my mother's story, or, well, that's my story. And people that you never had those conversations with, because it was so much the kind of the backdrop and the skeleton, if you will, of their lives that they just never talked about or felt like they had an opportunity to talk about. And this film, I think, in addition to telling the stories of the women in the film, will be a catalyst for many, many other women and spouses to share their stories and to kind of validate and to have the relief that comes from being able to tell your story to an audience that is interested and willing to hear it, willing to hold it, and willing to listen without judgment. So I'm excited. I hope we are able to get this in front of many, many other people to bear the witness about the lives of women who married the war.
So I hope you enjoyed listening to Norma and what motivates her in this work. And I hope you can join us, if you haven't already, in supporting I Married the War. Please spread the word. We're this close, and you can help us. So spread the word. Let everyone you know about this great film. And I'm going to put the information on the screen in front of you right now. Thank you very much for your help.